AM 560. The Answer.
So we got FBI releasing new video. Cartel Carlos in a mask. That's a great video. Would you wait 10 days to release that? Brilliant. They said, look at me when I talk to you, Cash. And then you got Tim Walz and the evidence, again, that the so-called government of Minnesota tipped off the fraudsters. And instead, we're going to pretend that Trump is on the Epstein files versus Reid Hoffman. Beanbag, scumbag, pedophile.
Just last week, we had another third-party independent investigated auditing team audit the state of Minnesota, and they came up with 14 high-risk programs that could estimate up to another $1 billion in fraud alone.
So what did they do? They started another program to be frauded.
We are now 1 month into the new paid leave law in Minnesota, and we're starting to get a picture of how many people have applied. Tim Blott's joining us now. And so, Tim, the numbers look a little bit high, but sounds like this is about what the state was expecting.
Absolutely. The numbers so far are right in line with what's happened in other states that have enacted paid leave programs. So
that means you say that you have you got a hammer toe that's going to get surgery, and you want to go on paid leave, and the state of Minnesota pays your bills. How do you think that's going to end up? Hopefully better than the after-school programs in little Somalia.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. It would be my hope that Mr. Holman goes out before Friday and announces that this thing is done.
Yeah, it's my hope you're indicted before Friday. Patrick, Florida.
Hey, Sean, good afternoon. Super excited to be a part and on your show. I came across your social media. Love your delivery. I have the chin strapped on tight.
You got to tighten it. Otherwise, what happens? You know why I say that, Patrick? Do you know why I say that?
Yeah. Because if you don't have it strapped, you're going to get your bell rung.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and when I was a kid, I used to get beat up by this guy named Lenny LePaglia. He was a phenomenal boxer in the day, and he used to tell me, make sure it's tight, because I don't want you to use an excuse that I knocked it in front of your eyes and you couldn't see. I want to kick your ass with your eyes open. And he did on a pretty much weekly basis. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, my concern is, obviously I see everything that's coming across social media. It's a hailstorm of madness that's occurring. I don't think we need to beat that donkey to a dead horse. My question is how the information that's being shared, is it along the lines of seeing it through a soda straw? Meaning, like, we'll see like Nick Shirley doing all this field reporting. We see all these great things that civilians are doing, and on both sides. But along with this weird, bizarro psyop, how accurate are those numbers that are coming across with these immigrants and the damage that they're occurring in communities?
So one of the things when we talk about this, right, that I think I try to set the table when I can, there are 8 pathways to come to this country legally if you actually want to come to the country and immigrate. If you want to immigrate, meaning you fold into the society, there are 8 different pathways that you can do that. And within those pathways, there are tens, if not hundreds, of different options to take advantage of those 8 pathways. But the problem with the pathways for the person who wants to continue to be a criminal is that you must disclose who you are and who you were back in your original country. So the reason that they're trying to veil these illegal aliens is because they want the anonymity so that the scams can continue. Because who do you prosecute? Who do you prosecute if it's an illegal alien and you don't even know what the name is? If he put it on the CBP app 1, spell it out, not the number, as Joe Biden stumbled through his introduction of it. It's the perfect system to use the entitlement safety net and achieve what Cloward and Piven wanted to do in the 60s, to overwhelm it in order to capture it. And you backdoor nationalize the decent people, the Patricks, the squirrels, the honey bunnies, the people who are listening, driving to their second job. And you keep them as slaves because they quietly are forced to give you 50% of their income if they make it through a paycheck. And, you know, we talk about this whole thing at the Supreme Court, right? We're going to see if the tariffs are constitutional. Somebody tell me, is payroll withholding tax constitutional? That was supposed to be a temporary measure after World War II. And somehow we just take it. And nobody questions it or challenges it. And Congress, these 435 whores we call congressmen, they just continue to make the emergency a law in perpetuity. Think about how more intelligent people would be if they had to pay taxes like business people and they had to sit their ass down and write a check with commas in it versus hoping they get a tax return. Do you know how many people don't understand what a tax return is? That's when the government overtook what they were supposed to. They kept your fracking money and they didn't invest it. You didn't invest it. You couldn't loan it to your kids, and you're thanking them in a tax return. That's the mind of a slave. That's the mind of a slave. So that's what I'm trying to break, right? And that's what we do.
Oh,
we try to break it.
You're spot on. You're spot on. It's incredibly frustrating. Beyond frustrating, the fact that not only what it is you just mentioned as far as the fraudulent and saturating our courts and our systems, the issue with health care, all the handouts. It's saturated the whole system. And that
think about
is the focus in the strategy.
Think about all your life, all my life, people who are 70, 80 years old. They've been forced into a duopoly of corruption where political whores in suits with girlfriends in a place called Washington give you lip service, say whatever they have to say. And once they get elected, it's high school with multimillionaire inside traders. It's sickening. Thank you very much, Patrick. I went long. I appreciate you listening, brother.